Hey guys, came for 15, back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another anime episode review for you guys for the summer of anime 2025. And we are here to talk about, if not one of the more highly anticipated animes that, look, man, people have been waiting for the first episode of the second season to come out, and we're finally here. My Dress Up Darling. Thank God we're finally back with My Dress Up Darling greatness. I love this show, man. This show continues to be great. It continues to be amazing. I love the characters, and I definitely love the bond that Gojo and Kitagawa have. I was rewatching the show, like the first season of it, but I only got up to like I think the episode after they met Shinji and her sister, and they were doing the cosplay for that. So regardless, I still basically remember a good chunk of the first season. And again, this is one of these shows that people were just waiting for an announcement to just come out of when the show was going to air, because we had a season 2 announcement. It's just, oh, we don't know when it's going to come out, and finally now it is out for this season. So yeah, and honestly, I think the show is going to get a full adaptation because the manga is 100% completed. It's over. So I 100% believe it's going to get a full adaptation, because there are a lot of people, when the show first came out in season 1, they just really enjoyed and loved this anime. So this is definitely peak, must watch romance TV right here. Outside of probably I would say the Fragrance anime that's on Netflix, which I'm gonna have to go pirate that anime to go, watch. But you get my point. Anyways, My Dress Up Darling season 2, episode 1. What does this show have in store for us to start it off? And we started off watching an anime. I did like this. So it's nice to see that they're continuing the trend from season 1, where you have to where either Kitagawa or Gojo is watching this anime that basically is going to give them the idea of what to make for the next cosplay. It's kind of like this anime. It looked really good. Again, I love how because this anime is done by Cloverworks, right? Cloverworks does an amazing job. They're literally adapting an anime into an anime. It's absolutely crazy, bro. And they have like this distinct art style for the anime, that is really good. It's very fluid. The animation looks dope. It literally looked like a good cartoon. And low key, honestly, I was watching this shit, and I'm like, you know, I know that would be. It's kind of like an original type of thing, but frick, that sound like that anime they were watching is like some sort of like bunny girl type of like Looney Tunes type of shit. I was honestly getting into it. I'm like, no, low key, it's like that one episode in season 1 where basically half the episode is that anime that Gojo and Mara and Kitagawa are watching in her house, and I'm like, no, give me one full episode of that. I think this is good, right? So we end up finding out like Gojo was watching this off his phone, and he's really much into this shit, right? And he really is. So the next day, him and Kitagawa are at school, and he's just like, man, I really am enjoying this, and I really am liking this. And she's like, well, I'm glad that you like it and everything. So it basically gives him the cosplay idea to do it and everything. And they're obviously talking about how cute the bunny girls look and everything. And that kind of gives the idea of the fact that Kitagawa wants to be the bunny girl. And she wants to be the one with the black hair, which we saw in the trailer for this show that she's going to dress up as the one as the black haired one. And it's funny. And again, Kitagawa just loves her anime, and she just loves her cosplaying to the point, like, legitimately, like, she's word for word reciting the lines from the show. So I absolutely thought that was funny, right? So they come up, they're like, yeah, sure, let's do it, right? And basically, what's his face? They're like, well, we got a studio right this time. We got to get a studio now. If you remember from the previous season, Gojo's like, whoa, 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 I'm gonna be the one to find the studio, and I'm gonna be the one that approves it. Because you remember, in season one of the Talon, they literally went to a love hotel to do their photos, and it got to the point, like, legitimately, these two 15-year-olds dang near almost got it on in the room because she's on top of him and he can't handle it. Man, the one thing I'll go to is we still find out he does get flustered, kind of over more the more simpler things, in the way that in some cases Marin directly or indirectly teases him. He's still that same innocent Gojo where he's like, "Oh my god." So it's kind of like, it's funny enough. He kind of, well, it's not like Kuroira from Medica. Kuroira is impervious to my charms, right? But in a weird way, kind of that whole thing where he's like, focus, 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 focus. I don't need to do this. No, 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 no. So that's kind of the whole thing there. Now, obviously, if you saw, like, one of the clips that we got leading into this show was the whole, like, chocolate stick type of thing, right? And she's like, "Yo, you want a chocolate stick?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Come on." And she has it in her mouth, and she's trying to get him to bite down on it. And then the more they go closer, the more it bites down, the closer they'll get to the point that they're practically kissing, right? So he doesn't do that, because the clip, they showed it when she did that, and then they did like and then it stopped right there. But he doesn't end up doing it. She's like, "JK, I'm just kidding with you." And he's like, "Oh man, like, don't fuck with me like that. Do not fuck with me." Again, I'm like, listen, bro, my man Gojo, he needs to be the man that just says fuck it. It's kind of like how I feel about Jinshi and Mao Mao, right? Jinshi needs to stop letting these people interrupt him and just be like, fuck it, I'm going in, right? Now, we obviously know Gojo ain't going in like that, because he I guess you can say he's a little, like, I get, not confident truly in himself yet. But I do find it absolutely hilarious about the fact, like, this dude still has some issues when it comes to how close and Kitagawa gets with him and how he acts and everything. So yeah, there's that, right? But anyway, regardless, anyways, you have it to where Noah, who is Kitagawa's friend, she shows up and she's like, "Hey, there you are. We have to go freaking work on the Halloween costume stuff, right? Don't you remember we gotta do?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure," right? And then she's like, "Oh, don't worry, Gojo, I'll catch you later," and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll just be here watching my anime." And then she leaves, and then Noah looks at him like, okay. She does say hi. She does tell him, like, "Hi, Gojo-kun," and he's like, "Oh, hey." So it seems like he's cool with his friends, or her friends, so, and her friends are cool with him. So that also leads to the fact at the end of the episode, when, as she's in her song in their karaoke room, she asks, are him and Kitagawa dating? I'll bring that up in a second. So here's the thing. But anyways, they are looking to do the bunny girl costume and everything, right? So then we kind of get a scene where Gojo's like, "Hey, come over to my place and everything." Now, Kitagawa's from Kitagawa's perspective, she's still in this phase where clearly, yeah, she's massively head over heels for Gojo, and she just doesn't know how to react to, like, certain things. The point she's coming up with things in her head, like, you clearly know as the audience, like, no, Gojo's probably inviting her over to the house because, like, for the cosplay stuff. She's over here thinking, like, typically guys don't invite girls to their house, maybe this is a home date, and things like that. And then she gets there, this man is like, "I can't get the costume down right." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I should have probably figured it wasn't." Again, I find it so funny how she gets very damn near flustered. She almost gives away the fact, like, she thought, like, oh, she was coming over for, like, something special, like a home date, and she stalked herself. So as much as Gojo gets flustered around her, she gets extremely flustered too. And then I forgot to actually mention, the chocolate stick thing, she did get flustered, when it did that. So, which is funny, the fact that she teases him, but at the same time, she's probably in her own head. Is she's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like why am I doing this, or why did I do that, something like that, right? So that's when they kind of go to this clothing store, right? And you get one of the comedic moments where Gojo hands like this blueprint design of the bunny girl costume, and this dude is like, "Ain't no way I'm looking at a boy with a bunny girl costume outfit." And he's like, "Don't tell me you're planning on making this." And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you gonna wear this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he just like, the store owner's like, "Okay." But eventually, he realizes it's for Kitagawa. But he basically tells them, or gives Gojo some good assistance and everything about, like, we're having trouble making this bunny girl costume and stuff like that. How can you help us? And he goes on to make a mention about, like, just like the simple thing to put inside the suit, to keep the suit, to keep the costume upright and everything. And it's kind of an interesting thing because Gojo's like, well, here it's just, I was trying to copy the anime here, and he's like, well, because it's an anime, they're gonna add some animation and expression to it. So when you're doing it in real life, that's what you need, right? So they get what they need for the costume, right? So then Kitagawa tries it on, and then she's like, "Hey, Gojo!" And then Gojo's like, What's wrong?" And then this girl is in the bunny girl costume, and you legitimately see her underwear. The strings around her underwear are right there, and she's like, "Well, I just realized putting this on, you can clearly see my underwear and stuff like that." And Gojo just freaks out. He's like, "Oh no." Again, this man is flustered. Anything Kitagawa shows him, he gets flustered, right? Like the second episode when she came over to his house the first time, wearing the freaking bra and pant, or really the swimsuit, like, and the man couldn't focus. This man couldn't damn near focus when they were in the Love Hotel. This man is on the verge of fucking breaking, bro. And it's absolutely hilarious how the episode is literally titled Wakana Gojo, 15-year-old teenager. I'm only saying, I think they only put that in there because man is legitimately about to break. Like, he's legitimately about to break. Like, look, man, I don't blame him. You have this hot girl who's dressing and doing these cosplaying stuff, and then every now and then maybe you get a sneak peek of some, personal stuff that probably shouldn't be seen by a regular teenage boy, and like legitimately the man is freaking out. He's holding on, bro. He's holding on. Now I think some dudes at this point, they probably would have just been like giving in. They probably would have pounced on type of man, be like, "You need to stop doing this, otherwise I'm gonna feel some sort of way." Now we all know, Kitagawa doesn't do this on purpose. She's doing this indirectly. Because, like, we see, like, even when they talk about the studio, we find out, like, she apologized immensely for that studio issue in the Love Hotel, right? And then, even after, he closes the door, she's like, "Come on, Gojo, please, don't, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you." And he's like, "No, do not open that door. Do not open." This man, Gojo, bro. Gojo is, like, legitimately the dude where, he's holding it in as best he can, because this man at some point he's just gonna break. Now I don't envision him breaking. I think as the more we see them get older, barring if we actually see them age up throughout the show before the end of the show, which I do know how the ending does go. It's pretty obvious where the ending's going, but the only reason why I saw how the ending happened in the manga is because everybody fucking posted it to social media, and people just can't keep shit non-spoiler, but I know what happens to the characters, right? But regardless, you get my whole point and my whole thing. This man's legitimately breaking. So who knows? Like, if they're maybe 18, this man might just be like, "I can't take it no more. I have to go all in." I just hope if that ever comes to that moment, he wears protection. But anyways, so regardless, they do the bunny girl outfit correctly, and they go to the studio. Marin has this funny look where she's wearing this freaking glasses and everything. They go into this room that was provided to them, right? And it's a nice looking room, like really good. Like they have different like type of varieties of where they can do and stuff like that. So yeah, and then you get this funny scene where I guess in a weird way Cloverworks tries to, I guess, reenact that Tom and Jerry scene where Tom goes into the fucking door and he's like and then he ended up getting his ass whooped. They kind of do that with Kitagawa where she's like, oh, you're gonna be very surprised with what I got to show you. As she closes the door fucking slowly. I'm like, if that was the Tom and Jerry reference right there, Cloverworks, good job. Okay? Good job. But she comes out in the bunny girl outfit, and this man Gojo, he's just like, oh no. Oh no. So he sees this and he's looking at the boobs, he's looking at the ass. I'm just like, my man, I don't know if my man's gonna focus right here. So she talks about, now we think like, okay, no, she's all out in the skin bare and everything. No, she's wearing like, I guess skin, like she's wearing tights that look like her skin. So, but Gojo's freaking out because he's just like, no. So he's taking pictures, right, of her, and he's just like not even composed. But the thing that's getting him the most is the booty shot. It's the booty stuff. Like he can't handle it right now. Like, okay, the chest part he's fine with. He's actually handling the chest part. It's the booty part, because it's like, oh no. To the point, like, you know, she goes over to the bed because she's doing something. She bends over and she's shaking her ass, essentially, right? And Gojo's just like, it's like, he's to the point where it's like that devil's side is like, go on, go grab them hips, right? Go grab them hips and start thrusting. And then he's just like, no, don't do it, look away. Man doesn't even know how to handle it. He's just like, he puts his face up against the wall and he's like, focus. Marion looks back. She's like, are you good over there? She's like, focus. He's like, focus. My man is breaking, bro. This man cannot, like, legitimately, like, handle this shit, bro. Kitagawa keeps teasing him indirectly. And the funny part is I always find it hilarious how this man is getting very flustered when he's around her, when she's wearing these very attractive, you know, cosplay outfits. She acts like, kind of like a airhead where she's like, what's wrong, Gojo? What's wrong? Woman, you should know what's wrong. The man is legitimately looking at you like, you're hot. Like, I'm sorry. What man isn't freaking, like, damn near almost breaking? Man is holding in, but he holds it in, right? So then, basically, she says, like, hey, you know, I think you should come with us. You know, me and my friends are going out for Halloween in Tokyo. He's like, you should come. So Gojo goes, right? You got this, at first, legitimately, I thought it was, like, the ending when you get the moment, because you see, like, this overhead of this, you know, city of Tokyo, right? And I'm like, oh, is this gonna be the ending song? The visuals gonna look good, right, for the ending? No, it isn't, because it pops in there, like Tokyo. I'm like, honestly, when I showed that, the overhead of shit, I was getting Jujutsu Kaisen vibes back from the freaking arc in that season 2, right? But you have it to where, you know, Marin and her friends are doing the, like, this Halloween thing. I guess it's like this Halloween partying event and everything. Seems like it was pretty wicked and fun. Like, she, you know, goes taking pictures of her friends and everything. And then it ends up with them being in a karaoke room. And basically you have it to where Noah's singing, like, this karaoke song. And the others are just talking and stuff like that. They try to get Gojo to sing, but Gojo's like, no, I'm not a good singer. And plus, I only know that one song from that, from the Magical Girls show anime that we saw from the last season, right? So, you know, there's that, right? And then this is when we kind of get more of the thing about Gojo being kind of like, you know what, maybe these people are okay, right? Because he kind of still feels like out of place. He's like, I don't know if I'm, you know, should I even be here? Like, you know, I'm Kita, you know, these are Kitagawa's friends, and I don't know if they'll like me like that, right? Also, he's wearing a full set bunny, like, mascot costume, right? At first, I legitimately thought he was gonna dress up as the one of the dudes in the bunny girl anime they were watching. No, that's the thing. And I think Marin's like, hey, you mean, you know, you could look so cool if you dressed up as that. And he's like, nah, that's not my style. I think it would have been fine. It's fine that I'm here with what I'm here with, right? So then the guys So they actually bring up the fact, like, because they talk about Kitagawa Shizuka Tan's costume cosplay and everything, and they're like, "Wait, Gojo made that?" And everything, and yeah, Gojo, yeah, Kitagawa told them, like, yeah, Gojo made that for them, and they're like, "Wow, that's really good," and then like they acknowledge the makeup being good and everything. And then in the meantime, because Goto's like, he wanted to keep this all a secret because he doesn't want to be looked at as like if he's some weird dude or whatever, right? And when they bring the makeup stuff, he started to get flashbacks of his past when that one girl, I think he said I think he said her name was Non-chan or whatever, said like, you doing those Hina dolls are weird and creepy, right? And you just have it to where he's freaking out, like, are they gonna say the same thing about me being creepy about doing the makeup and everything? Because they say like, yeah, Gojo does the makeup for Kitagawa, and the one dude is like, wait, is that true? You do the makeup? And Gojo's like breaking under pressure, and he's thinking like, crap, they're gonna judge me, they're gonna hate me, they're gonna think I'm creepy for doing makeup. But then the other dude who's in their group is like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. My brother does makeup as well. Like, we found out like the dude's brother goes to like basically a school that basically a cosmetics like type of school and stuff like that, and he works on that. And then the girls even say like, yeah, there's other dudes that do makeup and stuff like that, which that's kind of the thing. And that's when Kitagawa's like, well, yeah, Gojo knows how to do makeup because he does the Hina dolls. And Gojo's like, why'd you tell him that? And then the other dude is like, wait, you're that Gojo? You do that stuff? And basically kind of signifies that like the dude thinks like what he's doing is cool. And personally, if you ask me, I don't see why these teenage like girls and dudes would be like, nah, you're weird, bro, for doing that. Like, if anything, they're giving him like props for like, bro, you can make actual like these good fucking cosplay costumes, especially for Kitagawa, and on top of it, you do her makeup really well. What? That you're really good. Like, they're giving him props for that shit. And he's realizing he's like, they actually are not critiquing me or calling me creepy like Non-chan. And you see it to where Non-chan girl, it's like she's running away, and it's another thing of Gojo's past that he's gonna shed away, and he's not gonna be as traumatized about it. Which again, like I think I made a mention in my season 1 episode reviews, like Kitagawa was getting him to be a little bit more open and not be as closed in like he used to be and everything, and he's realizing like, maybe this isn't too bad. And then we get the episode ending off with a cliffhanger where Noah is like, she's mid-song, and then she's like, hey, Gojo, Kitagawa, are you two dating? And then Gojo legitimately spits out his drink, and he's like, so Noah thinks that Gojo and Kitagawa are dating. She probably thinks this way, that they're dating, because she clearly can tell like, oh, they're always hanging around each other. Seems like they're very close to each other. They're hiding in this one area, because when she went to go find Kitagawa, she saw like, oh, they're hiding up in the stairs all alone, outside of the vicinity of anybody else. So, Noah's probably thinking like, are these two like a thing or something, and they're keeping the relationship a secret? Now, why you would ask them in front of the friends, in front of Kitagawa's friends, like, hey, are you guys dating or something? And especially the fact that she's also overhearing like, oh, Gojo's making her cosplay costumes and stuff like that. I think, now personally, if you ask me, like, I don't know why she just couldn't have pulled Marin over to the side and said like, hey, are you and Gojo-kun dating or something? Like, you guys are always hanging out with each other, and he's making you these costumes. Look, they're not dating, but in a weird way, they're practically kind of dating anyway, so... Yeah, but it's gonna be hilarious, because not only is Gojo gonna be freaked out, we could see where Marin gets very, like, flustered too, where she's like, no, we're just friends! He just makes me these cosplay outfits, and we're just friends, we're not like that, with no shot! But then she's gonna be like, what the fuck is Noah doing? I love him though. So maybe at some point down the road, maybe Kitagawa will tell her friends and Noah like, yeah, I'm kind of in love with Gojo. So yeah, it's just he's kind of dense at the moment, but hey, I like being around him. We get to hang out. So yeah, but regardless, this is a great episode. I'm just glad that my dress up darling is back finally, and I definitely can't wait to see what other stuff we get with this show, and I'm just happy, man. I'm just happy. So, if you guys liked the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more my dress up darling content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. Until then, guys, you stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or your night or whenever you're checking out this video. Till then, guys, peace.